Vic Uni kicking from left to right on your screens. My name's Simon Rathbone. Pleasure to have your company for today's second game. Reigning premiers looking to stamp their authority, make it back-to-back grand final appearances in what would be a grand final rematch with Hallam. Plenty of strike power for both teams. An exciting game awaits for the Grange. It's been a topsy-turvy season for them so far. Had a win over Mount Ridley in round one, winning 42 points to 18 before going down 22 points to 6 to Hallam in round two in what was a close affair. They then had that 4-point loss in round four to the side they faced today before coming off a 74 points to 4 win over Manor Lakes in round five to give them plenty of momentum and confidence heading into today's clash. We're underway, Storm Cup semi-final action. Grange with first use of the football. Teodoro Faroa collects the kick and has to take the kick himself. Take the chance to run through the team list for both teams as there's an early error. It's a dream start for Vic Uni, both these teams pumped up. Plenty of passion, plenty of energy shown in their pre-game huddle. You can tell how much this means for them. They're up for the challenge. And what a start this could be for Vic Uni. The early error working out of trouble. Get to those team lists in a minute. For at the moment, Vic Uni on the front foot. For Asalari, straightens, almost goes through the other side. So yeah. Brought down just shy of the line. They go for the crash play out of Leo. Thought about the offload. Noel McMahon was hit on suspicion. They go from dummy half. Foliola goes over and gets the first try of this semi-final. Vic Uni make the Grange pay for that earlier error, as he has done so many times in 2024. It's Lockyer Foliola. Got the quick play the ball. He's never going to be stopped that close to the line. And it's a dream start for the Premiers in their bid to make it back-to-back grand finals. Take a chance to run through the team list for Vic Uni at fullback, Jethro Scanlon. He's had some season breaking onto the scene. On the wings, Leong Panafu and Josiah Tiao Jones. In the centres, Latrell Folamu and Houston Galagaya. In the halves, Danama Scanlon, Noel McMahon. Front row pairing of Sianua and Lawrence Raponi. Lockyer Foliola, the try scorer. The starting hooker, Harvey Savage, Denzo Adalio. The edge back rowers, Ananias Jones Tiao in the lock forward position. On the bench, Abraham Scanlon, Rakatari Vahiti and Kaisara Fogalele. As the conversion successful, Vic Uni couldn't have asked for a better start. Jethro Scanlon knocking over the extra 2 points. For the Granger fullback, for Atlas Savalu. On the wings, Sialoa. They've scored a whopping 6 tries in that win over Manor Lakes a few weeks ago. He's joined on the other wing by Andrew Molapola. In the centres, Max Sivanilla, Zepha Omuina. In the halves, Maze Teodoro Faroa, Matthew Coretti. Coretti, who has featured a fullback for the Grange, finds themselves in the halves, perhaps getting himself a little bit more involved. As Vic Uni bring it back after points. In the front row, Carlos Fa'afataula, Daniel Moana Anu. Hooker, Latrell Ta'ia. In this edge back row, Samson Tuani and Jesse Havea. And wearing number 18, playing in the lock forward role, Levi Kanangata'a. On the bench, Vahahi, Walker, Manapunu and Sefu looking to do the damage off the pine. Vic Uni find themselves in Grange territory once again. Jones Diao taking a handful of Grange defenders with him. Vic Uni have started this game. Fire burning underneath them as it's a wayward old kick and easy pickings in the end for Varsavalu. Takes the quick tap. Nifty footwork leaves two defenders in his wake before eventually being taken to ground. Raponi and co involved. Now Coretti breaking tackles for fun, as he often does. Slips out of another, gets the ball around the corner to his Harold Matthews teammate in Zephyr Moina. Looking for a quick play the ball, I'm not able to find one. Theodore Faroa, another one of those Harold Matthews representatives. Plenty of talent out for both teams. Straightening. Chance for Grange to find a reply of their own. Never in the play the ball. Levi Kanagata coming up with the error. So 2 errors inside just over 5 minutes of play for the Grange. Need to get their ball control under control. Can't afford to present opportunities to this Vic Uni outfit. Scanlon. Suinua. Front rowers rolling up their sleeves. Raponi gets them up just shy of halfway. Foliola spotted no markers, thought he'd help himself for a few extra metres. Suinua with the dummy half duties. Now the kick in behind by Dynamis Scanlon. It's a good one. Gets in behind Farsavalu. Now Famawina. Theodore Faroa. Don't mind the move to push Coretti into the halves. Probably has been a victim of trying to create something while being flat-footed, if not getting the forward momentum by his forward pack. Chance for the young talent to get a little bit more involved for the Grange as they earn themselves a penalty. Passion aplenty for both teams. They are up and about for this afternoon's contest. Some kick there from Jesse Havea. Up an extra 25 metres or so. They'll start this set in the front foot. Tuani almost goes straight through. Thought about getting up. Gets the quick play the ball instead. Famawina charging onto it. The front rower runs into a brick wall at Leo and co. Getting back there for the Vic Uni defence. It's a wayward old pass. Coretti put it through the hands. Left behind it momentarily. Sivanilla had to go back and collect. Now drifting crossfield. Hurled to the ground. Handful of tackles gone in this set. Coretti, cut out pass for the corner. Putting it down, Andrew Molapola. Still have plenty of work to do down this left corner. And Grange, they find a response. It's been end-to-end action to start this first half. And after an early Vic Uni try to Lockyer Foliola, the Grange find a response, and it's the winger, Andrew Molapola, who goes over right in the corner. Jesse Havea with a tough attempt right from the corner. Sun was shining for the earlier semi-final. Bit of cloud coverage coming across in cold conditions for both teams here today, here at Seabrook Reserve in the Broadmeadows region. Seabrook Reserve, of course, being the home of the Storm Cup in 2024. Next week's grand final taking place in a week's time for one of these teams. Still 50 minutes of action left as these two teams battle it out. Not much separates them during the regular season. Surveyor strikes it nicely, but it's across the face. So 6-4 score remains. Vic Uni leading over the Grange in this Storm Cup semi-final. Like I touched on the Grange, they coming off a 74 points to 4 win over Manor Lakes in round 5. A simply dominant performance. Looking to carry that momentum into this game against Vic Uni, who had the bye in the final game of the regular season. Tiaroa tried to stop the ball, but it evaded his outstretched boot and eventually mopped up out the back. Tiaroa. Carlos for Ofataula. Caretti off the left foot, goes straight through. Fancy footwork has brought the Vic Uni defence undone. He links up with his lock forward, coming across, and Dynamis Scanlon got enough of him to bring him to ground. Defence into attack for the Grange. Wrestling there, Jethro Scanlon forces the error. Fullback jumped out from marker. The Grange tried to waste little time in keeping the good times rolling, but it's the Vic Uni fullback who comes up trumps. It was a crucial intervention with his side under all sorts of defensive pressure. Scanlon. Player left down in the aftermath of that hit up. It's Latrell Ta'ia. Fortunately back to his feet now. Punches well above his weight, playing in the middle for the Grange. Always a reliable defender and good service out from dummy half. The young hooker. Looks like he'll make his way over to the sideline now. Fortunately seems to be making his way over unassisted. Will force the Grange into an early change as we approach the halfway point in this first half. So into the fray comes Manny Walker, wearing the number 14 jersey. Now Harvey Savage getting through his first bit of work in this first half. Sara Fogalele getting his first minutes after starting off the bench. Foliola cannot afford to not do your job there at marker. He'll pinch those metres more often than not. Noel McMahon, Denzo Adalio, he loves an offload, unable to get the second phase footy going on that occasion. Noel McMahon gets to his kick, puts it over in the corner. Running into Tiaroa. Found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Heavy contact. Fogalele throws his shoulder. Now jamming tackle. As Manny Walker now takes a run from dummy half. Kaisara Fogalele putting a stamp on this contest as Coretti, he's upended in a strong tackle. Vic Uni flexing their defensive muscles. Havea gets him up just shy of halfway, 5 tackles gone. Comes out, Teodoro Faroa. His left-booted kick goes into the chest of Jethro Scanlon. Takes a tumble, gets up, but easily seized upon by a swarm of Grange defenders. Somehow Manny Walker's ended up with the football. He looks up at the ref. Play allowed to continue. Jethro Scanlon down in back play. Manny Walker almost gave himself away. He couldn't believe he'd end up with the pill. Not sure how the ball came out. There seemed to be 2 in the tackle. Protest from the Vic Uni players. And the penalty does go the way of Vic Uni. Just when the Grange thought they'd come away with the football. It's a late call, but perhaps the correct one. It has been a tight tussle so far in this first half. Scanlon, this time the ball comes free. This time of his own doing. They are there to pick up the scraps. Manny Walker. Adalio swinging arm. Play allowed to continue. Coretti in dummy half. Moana Anu looking for a quick play the ball. Savage hanging around the bootlaces. Teodoro Faroa shows it goes out that right hand side. A slight fumble there for Asavaru. Allowed the Vic Uni defence to come across in numbers. They reset back towards the middle they go. Teodoro Faroa upended. Savage made light work of the young Grange 5'8". Manny Walker fancied his chances from dummy half. He's brought down just shy. 5th and last for the Grange. Coretti, what can he conjure? Little deft kick in the in goal. It's perfectly weighted. With plenty of work to do, there was always going to be a tough challenge for Vic Uni to get themselves back into the field of play. And Coretti, he forces the line dropout. Repeat set coming up for the Grange. Wobbly old dropout. Eventually falls kindly for Moana Anu. Set his sights on Janama Scanlon and beelined for the Vic Uni 5'8". Manny Walker almost coming out the intercept. It falls straight to the breadbasket. Zephyr Moina couldn't believe his luck, but the knock-on is called. Vic Uni jamming up on that left edge defence. And despite a full set at their disposal, the Grange come up with the error. Two players down at the short side for the Grange in defence. Runs towards Coretti, lifting tackle. Deemed to have put him in a dangerous position. Gone past the horizontal. There is plenty of feeling between these two teams, make no mistake about it. Strong carry. Just over 10 minutes remain in this first half. It's been a belter so far. 6-4. Penalty going the way of Vic Uni. Both sets of teams are fired up. Going to battle through the middle of the field. Another strong carry. Some late work there from Fa'afatala. Out of Leo. No thought of the offload this time around. Runs straight into a wall of Grange defence. Fa'afatala hit the deck. Foliola takes full advantage. It's the third or fourth time he's run the football from dummy half. It's got to be a penalty. Havea not clearing the ruck. It's going to be a knock-on going against Foliola. Havea let off the hook, and the error coming from Vic Uni to tick into the final 10 minutes this first half. Gives the ball back to the Grange as they look to try and work it out of their own end. After we saw 56 points scored in the opening semi-final today between Hallam and Mount Ridley. Just the 10 points so far in this first half from both teams as they push in the scrum. Rugby style. And the error from Grange. It's not very often you see it push in the scrum, and they rolled the dice. Sometimes you can be penalised for those actions, but Vic Uni, they come up trumps this time of asking. And what a place to get the football back. A full set attacking the Grange line. 10 metres out. Mann feeds the scrum. Scanlon off the back of it, just bulldozes his way over. Well, he's known for his fleet-footed footwork, but this time it's Jethro Scanlon who just goes straight over the top of the Grange defence, and the Vic Uni fullback gets their second. Well, after winning the ball back on the back of that error from the scrum off the Grange, Vic Uni wasted little time immediately capitalising. Jethro Scanlon going over. He's been a force for them so far in 2024. And what a time for the young fullback to stand tall in a must-win semi-final against a team they would so dearly love to beat. Grange without a few players this afternoon. No Aston Fraser, features so heavily for them in the opening, in their 4 rounds of the regular season. As I touched on in the semi-final that took place before this one, plenty of these players having endured a busy schedule over the past couple of weeks, having represented the combined affiliated states. And the curtain raiser for the State of Origin game played at the MCG a few weeks ago, then suiting up for their local clubs in the Storm Premiership or Storm Junior League, and now suiting up once again for their school outfits. A game they wouldn't want to miss. Semi-final. Plenty on the line for 2 teams that have been there and done that in seasons gone past. Havea gets us back underway. Vic Uni out to a 8-point buffer. Points at a premium. Savage. Now charging onto it, going straight through. It's a crucial ankle tap from Fa'afatala to bring down a runaway Jones Tiao. Now at a Leo. He goes straight through the other side. He tries to hurdle over the top of Fa'afatala. And once again, the young fullback came up with a crucial try-saving tackle. And then Kanangata coming up with the penalty, trying to slow down the play the ball. What a crucial 2 plays from the young Grange fullback right there. He's side on out of the woods just yet. Foliola sniffing in and around the try line. He gets himself over, looking to put the ball to the ground. And he's held up. Good defence there from Matthew Coretti to deny his Harold Matthews teammate. Player down in back play. Time off only happening in the Storm Cup semi-finals in the final 5 minutes of the second half. So play allowed to continue. Raponi, he'll go close. Directly in front of the uprights. They thought about the crash play. They put it through the hands. Savage was looking to hit a hole. He had a little look. No advantage will be played. As a result, they'll bring it out to the 10-metre line for a Grange scrum. A chance for both teams to take a collective breath after what has been a frantic first half. End-to-end action. Both teams having had their chances. So Denzo Adeleo being helped from the field. Key member of this Vic Uni outfit. And scored tries for fun so far this season. Such a damaging ball runner on this right-hand side. Not the sight Vic Uni wanted to see. Starridge back row making his way from the field, assisted by the trainers. Rakatari Vaiti makes his way for his first minutes of the contest, wearing jersey number 15 for Vic Uni. Coretti wrapping around. Thought about taking on his opposite number, thought better of it. Defence coming across. Come. Nathaniel Cialoa. It's been quiet so far in the first half after such a dominant display in that game against Manor Lakes. Hasn't seen a whole lot of action down that right-hand side. It's mostly been through the middle third of the field where the action has been, but here he is with the ball in hand as we speak. He puts on a bit of speed, a bit of footwork, and eventually he's mowed down from behind. Panofu with the crucial tackle. Tiro Faroa. Jos Miracle Suanua. Working for fifth and last for the Grange. Trailing by 8 points at the back end this first half. Coretti, he couldn't reach it. Eventually the ball finds its way to him. Falls kindly. Late offload. And it's swooped upon there. Galagaya coming up with the football. And the error eventually called from the Grange. Just over 90 seconds remaining in this first half. One more try right before the break for either team could be crucial. Vic Uni fancy their chances with Jethro Scanlon working it forward. Chopped down there by Tuani. Foliola. Anais Jones Tiao gets them up to halfway. Slow play the ball. Raponi. Now straightening, Rakatari Vaiti, driven backwards. Coretti claiming he lost the football. No call coming. Scanlon scoops it up from dummy half, pirouettes. Works it forward. This time there's another loose carry. Play allowed to continue. He secures the goods and keeps pumping the legs to pick up the post-contact meters. An attacking kick at the back end of this set. They put it through the hands. Foliola ricochets, not played at. Looking to scoop it up. He picks it up and it crucially brought to ground. Nothing but open air in front of him. All of a sudden it could be Grange with the final decisive action of this first half. Falmoina gets them up over halfway. 30 seconds remain. Manny Walker. Could be a defining 20 seconds in this contest. Right before the break, Coretti, he might not have anything to do with it. He's playing the ball. Manny Walker, first receiver. Tiro Faroa opts to go into the air. Taking no chances out the back. Vic Uni will dive the football. And there you have it, half time. It's been an entertaining first 30 between these two teams. The reigning premiers Vic Uni with a narrow 8-point buffer over the Grange. The reigning premiers have had to do it the hard way. The Grange well and truly up for the fight. Welcome back into this Storm Cup semi-final between Vic Uni and the Grange here at Seabrook Reserve. Second half action underway as we speak. Vic Uni first use of the football in the second 30. They hold a slender 8-point lead over the joint 2022 premiers. That's last year's winners, with their noses in front in what has been a spirited contest between the two teams right from the opening kickoff. Some start to their set, late offload. Foliola hurdles out of one, breaks out of another tackle, still going. Gets out of the tackle of Walker, making meters for fun so far. What a start to this set in the second half for Vic Uni. They head up to this right-hand side. McMahon, bit of space now. Put it through the hands, looking for the corner. He couldn't handle the football. They come up with the error. All their hard work undone. Having gone from coast to coast, couldn't apply the final product. And a get out of jail free card for the Grange right there, who will immediately put under the pump. Look here, Foliola causing several headaches in the middle of the field. He's wearing the number 9 for Vic Uni this afternoon. Vic Uni, their lead of 8 points. Won't give them all that much comfort. They jumped out to a 28-8 lead last time these two teams met in round 4, before the Grange mounted a late second half comeback and almost pinching it at the death, only for Vic Uni to hold on for a tight 28 points to 24 win. Grange will be hoping they can replicate that effort and come from behind in this second 30 in this Storm Cup semi-final, as they look to book their place in the grand final next week, where they will face Hallam, who overpowered Mount Ridley in the semi-final that took place earlier this morning. Grange gets their kick. It's a shallow one, more height than depth, and in the end it was easy pickings for Harvey Savage, who positioned himself under the football. Folomu. Now Rakatari Vaiti entered the fray after Denzo Adalio went off with an injury in the first half. His other second row pairing, Harvey Savage, still out there causing issues down this left edge. Foliola. Swinu still going. Once again gets the late offload. Second phase football causing some headaches for this Grange defence. Fifth and last. What can they orchestrate here, right? Attacking this Grange line. It's a shallow old kick. Getting back there. Mullapola did well. The sole try scorer for the Grange was positioned and still had plenty of work to do to get back into the field of play, and he's done just that. As they look to work it out their own end, Sivanilla chiming in. Coretti, dummy half duties. Picks up 10 metres. 3 tackles gone. Manny Walker Right foot step, little jink before the line. Standing in the tackle before eventually being chopped down by Noah McMahon and co. Slow play the ball. Moana Anu, fifth and last. Comes out in the direction of Tiro Wharoa. Tries to split the fullback Jethro Scanlon, who spilt it, but spilt it backwards. Thought about the goosey on the outside of Sialoa. Thought better of it and cuts back in and opts to take the tackle. As the error, and as the outside backs try and chime in to help out their forwards. Punufu, the guilty party. And after end-to-end action, now it's a golden opportunity going the way of the Grange with a full set of 6. Coming up, attacking the Vic Uni line, 20 metres out. Go down this short side. Famuina. Oh, beautiful ball around the corner, and it's orchestrated beautifully off the back of the scrum. Nathaniel Sialoa goes over untouched. That was some effort from the young centre, Zeph Famuina. Drew in the defence, popped the ball around the corner, and after scoring 6 tries against Manor Lakes a few weeks ago, the scoring form continues for Nathaniel Sialoa. With limited real estate to work with, the Grange worked that perfectly to a T. No doubt would have been something they practiced on the training paddock. And managing to unlock this Vic Uni defence, and more importantly, Sialoa improving the position for Manny Walker in this conversion attempt. Jesse Havea was unsuccessful with his attempt right from the sideline in the first half after Andrew Mulapala's early try. This attempt slightly easier for Manny Walker with points at a premium. He steps in, strikes it nicely. 12 points to 10 the score. The seesawing nature of this contest continues. Do not go anywhere with just over 23 minutes remaining in this second half. The game well and truly in the balance. Touched on Vic Uni without Denzo Adeleo appears for the remainder of this contest. Still no sign of Latrell Taia for the Grange either, after he was taken from the field after copping a knock. Manny Walker coming in and seeing a fair few more minutes than he might have initially thought heading into today's game. Foliola gets us back underway. A slight bubble from Coretti, and now Fa'ofatala comes charging onto it. Walker down the short side. Coretti puts it through the hands. They slice straight through. Sivanilla, he's got support on his outside. He's gone the early pass. It goes back in the direction. Sivanilla, he's going to race away. It's blink and you miss it. Stuff from the Grange. Don't they just love it? They get around each other. This game going up a notch. Well, Vic Uni's lead evaporates. Firstly, down the right edge through Famuina and Sialoa. And then this time, it's the other edge pairing. Max Sivanilla, Andrew Mulapala combining. And they race away to score, and for the first time, give themselves the lead in this semi-final. Chance for Walker to put this out to a 4-point lead of their own after trailing by 8 heading into this second half. Once again, doing their damage down the short side. Saw them score off the back of the scrum, and then this time work it out of their own end. Manny Walker, he feigned right, went left. Coretti just put it through the hands. It was a nice run from Sivanella. Walker chips the ball over, and it is a 16-point-to-12 lead the way the Grange. Sivanella, he went early with the pass to Mulapala. Fortunately, his winger was able to return the favour as Jethro Scanlon came across in cover. And the centre, who broke away in the lead up to that try, got to finish it. Foliola in a carbon copy of the kickoff just a few minutes ago. And once again, Fa'afatala bringing it back. Taking the definition of a back fence carry quite literally. Walker hands it on. Walker on to Moana. Coretti shows it. Avea will play it just past his own 40-metre line. Coretti onto the try scorer. Sivanella this time he's well handled down that right-hand side. Fifth and last. Avea sends it to the sky. Scanlon, safe hands. Breaks out of 2 tackles. 3. And eventually takes a handful of Grange defenders to bring him to ground. Scanlon and Foliola, the 2 try scorers. And a penalty. It's a gift going the way of Vic Uni. Just when you thought the Grange were beginning to win the arm wrestle, piggyback out of their own end and start their set 40 metres out from the Grange line. McMahon. Makatari Veiti. Raponi. Ball put down. See Carlos Fa'afatala. He's up and about. Barking orders at his troops. Plenty of feeling between these 2 teams. Any error, any penalty celebrated by the whole team. Well and truly letting their opposition know about it. Just get the feeling we are building up to a grandstand finish. We've seen it between these 2 teams in the past. Could have another classic on our hands right here. It's been a high quality game of rugby league. Both teams throwing everything at it. Aside from a few errors scattered throughout. Fa'afatala plays the ball. Tiaroa drifting cross field. Wants to go himself, looking to run the ball. Looking for a quick play, the ball. Savage holding on. Tiaroa therefore thought he was entitled to keep going. He's forced to go back and play the ball on the halfway line. And they'll reset. Vahi gets them up just shy of 40 metres out from the Vic Uni line. A chance for an attacking kick at the back end of this set. Coretti wrapping around. Fa'afatala has to go back and play the ball. just losing their way slightly at the back end of this set. Coretti down the short side, little cute chip over the top, and it'll trickle out of play. Suinu gets them 40 metres out. Foliola, Savage, hands towards Tuani. Foliola keeps it going left. McMahon, I should say Scanlon, my apologies, puts the little kick in for Savalu. Heavy contact, Savage came jamming in on the fullback. For Savalu, came up with a couple of try-saving tackles in the first half. Vic Uni breaking away. Didn't necessarily stick the tackle, but enough to bring the runaway players to ground. Just how crucial could those two acts be in the context of this game? Tuane looking for a quick play. The ball still being held on there by Raponi. Fortunate not to give away the penalty. Coretti getting his wires crossed there with Fafatala. Halfway mark of this second half has ticked over. It's building nicely. 4 points the difference. Grange leading over Vic Uni. Theodore Faroa. Scanlon working laterally to go forward and eventually hurled to the ground by Fo'ofatala. And mistaken to play the ball. And he's going to be allowed to go back and play it again. Grange thought they'd force the error. Play allowed to continue for Vic Uni. Raponi, quick play the ball. Foliola, offload. Scanlon, sniffing in and around the play the ball. Jones Tiao. Hasn't featured too heavily so far for Vic Uni. Expect a big shift from him in the back end of this contest. Wearing the number 13. Kasara Fogalele. On to Rakatari Vahiti. Desperation tackle there from Havaic. Not square. Coretti the cry. It's going to be a turnover. They tried to catch the young half. The outside back napping. Deemed to be square, and as a result, Grange hand the football back once again. Mullapola. Manny Walker, he's been busy since coming on. Theodore Faroa. Nifty little footwork close to the line. Gets the offload. Fa'amoina runs out of appropriate routes. Not even sure he knows where he's going, but eventually finds a spot he likes in the middle of the field. Coretti. Havea straightens their attack after losing their way. Walker fires it out in the direction of Tiro Faroa. Flat pass steaming through forward. Samson Tuani was off to the races, but just mistimed his run. The pass drifting forward there from Mays Tiro Faroa. It was going to take some effort from Jethro Scanlon to stop him. Just opened up, the Red Sea parted. Tuani went straight through. Just jot that down as a pivotal moment in this contest. What could have been there for the Grange. Tuani just checks his runs by a split second. He still goes through that gaping hole in the Vic Uni defence. Instead, Vic Uni now bring it back the other way. Scanlon's been busy. Galagaya looking to chip in, help out his forwards through the middle. Driven backwards there by Kanagatata. Penalty blown. Momentum perhaps just swinging in the favour of Vic Uni. Trailing by 4 points, the ball spills free. Couldn't capitalise on the opportunity. Lawrence Raponi like to have that moment over again. So a reminder, we will have time off in the final 5 minutes of this second half. The referee's discretion and after any conversion attempt. Every second could be pivotal the way this contest is shaping up. Ball spills free and both teams exchanging errors. Fatigue perhaps setting in as they both push hard to try and kick away. Scanlon not afraid to do the dirty work through the middle. Katari Viti seeing a lot of minutes after the injury to Adalio. Scanlon onto Jethro Scanlon. And running behind his own player. Throws the ball away in frustration. Things beginning to heat up as we tick into the final 10 minutes of this semi-final. There's a few similarities to Vic Uni's game against Hallam in round one. Seems a lifetime ago, that round one fixture in the grand final replay. Hallam, they were down a man, Waka Hammond sent to the sin bin in the final 10 minutes of the contest. Vic Uni had a lot of the ball, a lot of opportunities to score. Having trailed by 4 is Famuina. He just goes straight through, off the right foot, off the left, and runs towards Scanlon. Almost tripped himself up, and Scanlon comes away with the football. He was away. Cries it was a one-on-one strip. The fullback on the young centre. The penalty goes against Scanlon. Scanlon still looking for an explanation. The ease at which Famuina just split through that left edge defence of Vic Uni, just like he did in the lead up to their second try. Vic Uni, who have had their chances with ball in hand, now under all sorts of pressure. Who is set to face Hallam in the grand final next week? The Grange or Vic Uni? It's the 2022 joint champs on the front foot, charging towards the line. This could be the game right here. Manny Walker from dummy half. Manny Walker looking to twist and spin. Now looks to be a penalty going the way of Vic Uni. Both head coaches will have lost about 10 years off their life expectancy. It's been a roller coaster this semi-final. Just when you thought one team beginning to get a stronghold over the other, whether it be penalties, errors, or line breaks out of almost nothing. Eventually play back underway. Famuina, heavy contact. He's been strong at his right hand side. Savage. Looking for a quick play of the ball. What can Vic Uni produce? Barnstorming run. Josh Miracle. Suanua. Now Foliola pins the ears back. He slips. In the end, easy pickings for Tiro Wharoa. Foliola, fifth and last. Looking to roll the dice. Scanlon puts it through the hands, straightening, runs towards Tiro Wharoa. The ball spills free. 6 to go. It's a full set coming up for Vic Uni. Almost can't believe their luck. Scanlon from dummy half, spinning. Tough to stop close to the line. They do well to hold him up. Will look destined to be a turnover. Somehow, Vic Uni with a fresh set attacking the Grange line. 5.5 minutes remaining in this Storm Cup semi-final. Treated to another instant classic here at Seabrook Reserve. Foliola from dummy half, pops it under, charging onto it, and over he goes! To the left of the uprights, Vic Uni might just have booked their place in the Storm Cup semi-final. They refuse to lie down. Steaming onto it, Jos Miracle, Suanua. Too big, too strong, close to the line. And after that fresh set a few seconds ago, after it looked as though they were going to give the ball back to the Grange, they come up with the goods, having defended their line. It's been a topsy-turvy second half. Vic Uni now, all of a sudden in the box seat. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Jethro Scanlon wiping a few extra seconds off the clock as he takes his conversion attempt. Eventually the clock is stopped. As I touched on, time off at the referee's discretion inside the final 5 minutes. Scanlon looking to compose himself. Jethro Scanlon taking his time to give Vic Uni the lead. Strikes it nicely and over it goes. 18 points to 16 the scoreboard reads. The reigning premiers hit the front once again. Just over 4 minutes for the Grange to put their noses in front once again. 2 tries in quick succession. Put themselves out to a lead. Whenever the Grange and Vic Uni go head to head, no lead is safe. The lead changes hands once again. Vic Uni looking for back-to-back grand final appearances. The reigning premiers taken right down the wire here by the Grange. Ball security a must now. Must complete after points. Grange looking to force the error. Jones Tiao standing in the tackle. Foliola fires it out left. Dynamis Scanlon on to Jethro Scanlon. Straightens. Wrestling there with Tuani. Almost runs behind his own player. Submits to the tackle. Still takes 3 Grange players to bring him to ground. Tanama Scanlon lies in wait as he sends it high into the sky. Fa'a Savalu brings it back for the Grange. And they'll start their set just shy of their own 20-metre line. Down the short side they go. Sivanilla playing with fire. One error here and it could give Vic Uni a chance to wipe off valuable seconds off the clock. Trapped down their own end. Mulapola chipping in to help out his forwards. Now it's the front rower for Alfatala. Gets him up to their own 40-metre line. Sivanilla down with cramp in back play. Tiro Alfaroa, it's a flat pass. Famuina breaks free of 1, breaks free of 2, gets the ball around the corner. Can't find any support. They straighten. Sialoa sets his sight for the try line. Simply superb. Heartbreak for Vic Uni. Pure delight for the Grange. Once again, Zef Famuina has his fingerprints all over it. Sialoa still had plenty of work to do. Decision to be made. Both sets of players, both sets of teams out on their feet. It has been a game that's gone right down to the wire. Just when you thought Vic Uni might have done enough to hold on with 2 minutes of play remaining, it's magic down this right-hand side. They've been causing headaches all afternoon long. Zef Famuina, Nathaniel Sialoa. Sialoa coming off a 6-try performance in round 5. Grabs his second. He still had so much work to do. Stepping off the right foot, weaving through traffic. We've got players scattered on the ground in front of us as Manny Walker looks to take this conversion attempt. Lawrence Raponi for Vic Uni still hasn't got to his feet. Zef Famuina suffering from cramp also. Manny Walker from right in front. Knocks over the extra 2 points. It must be a 4-pointer for Vic Uni now. Zef Famuina still struggling to get into stride. Lawrence Raponi also struggling from cramp. Fatigue well and truly setting in for both teams. And with 2 minutes remaining, is there one more twist in the tail just yet? Four points separate them in round 4. This time the Grange, they've flipped the script. They lead by 4 with just under 2 minutes remaining. Looking for a quick play the ball. And an error off the kickoff. He planted the ball before getting to his feet. It's a big no-no. And just how costly could that be for the Grange? Vic Uni couldn't believe their luck. They will have a full set with 90 seconds remaining in this Storm Cup semi-final. One of the games of the season. Tanama Scanlon on to Jethro Scanlon. Is he going to be the one to produce the magic for Vic Uni? Foliola. Raponi. Used a handful of tackles in this set. Foliola. There was a wall of Grange defenders in front of him. Inside the final minute. Tanama Scanlon, Jethro Scanlon puts the ball in the corner. It's bobbled and it's put down. Panefu scores. Unbelievable scenes at Seabrook Reserve. It's a semi-final to savour for Vic Uni. Jethro Scanlon, he put it through the hands, fired the cutout pass. Panufu, he did enough. Heart in mouth stuff as he bobbled the ball. He secured the football and slams it down over in the corner. Just when you thought the Grange done enough, we are tied up 22 points apiece with a kick from the sideline after the siren to send Vic Uni to back-to-back grand finals. Unbelievable scenes. Jethro Scanlon had his fingerprints all over that try at the death. Has a chance to send Vic Uni through the final off his own boot. It doesn't get any harder than this. A sideline conversion after the siren in a semi-final. He will take all the time in the world as he lines up this attempt. It's been a seesawing contest. His teammates can do nothing but watch on. The Grange, they look on with bated breath. Jethro Scanlon, sideline conversion to send his side through the grand final. It just is waved away at the near post. You just thought it was going to squeeze in. Well, what an end to the 60 minutes, 22 points apiece. A try at the death for Vic Uni. Neither side unable to be separated after the 60 minutes. Head into extra time. Well, you thought the Grange had stolen it. Nathaniel Cialoa went over under the post, put them out to a 4-point lead after Vic Uni had hit the front themselves just a few minutes prior. An error off the kickoff gifted the ball back to Vic Uni. They put it through the hands in the dying seconds and scored right in the corner. Both these teams absolutely out on their feet. It's a battle of attrition between these two sides. This game perfectly poised. We knew it was going to be a good contest heading in between these two teams. They've outdone themselves in this semi-final. Victorian Rugby League at its best. Into Golden Point we go. 5 minutes each way. Coin toss has never been so important. Who will have first use of the football in this first period of Golden Point? Well, do not go anywhere. Grandstand finish between these two teams, and we are going into the death right now. Golden point awaits. It'll be the Grange with first use of the football. Going from right to left on your screens. Not even the best kind of Hollywood director could write out this script. Two past champions of the Storm Cup battling it out for a spot in the grand final against Hallam. Both teams exchanging leads at different points of the contest. John's Miracle Sianua went in under the post, and he thought Vic Uni might have just done enough to keep themselves in front before it was a bit of individual brilliance from Zephyr Moina and Nathaniel Sialoa, who gave Grange the lead back. 4-point buffer they had, but it didn't last long. An error off the kickoff. And a few tackles later, Leon Panufu, after juggling it in the corner, managed to secure the football and slam it down. Only for Jethro Scanlon's conversion attempt from the sideline just to be waved away. Strap in. We have got one more twist of the tail perhaps, and it's out on the full. Can you believe it from Vic Uni? A penalty out at halfway for the Grange, and they will have the first real opportunity to seal their fate. Just the nerves settling in for both teams perhaps. Havea taking little chance. Once again, a strong right boot. They'll start their set 30 metres out from the Vic Uni line. Tiaroa Tuani. Do they seal it with a try, or do they look to apply the 1 point? Coretti, Tiaroa, you'd have to assume would be their field goal specialist. Manny Walker in a dummy half. Coretti wrapping around, putting it through the hands. Surveyor looking to straighten. Held up just close to the line. They look to reset and go back towards the post. Coretti. Ball hits the deck. Tuani. Famuina, he's been one of their best. Can he seal it? He does! Zeph Famuina, take a bow. A Storm Cup performance to savour for the young centre. He did it all himself down that right-hand side. Heartbreak for Vic Uni after kicking the ball out in the full from the resumption of play. The Grange making the most of their opportunities. They shifted it to this right-hand side. He's been a threat all afternoon long. And it's the Harold Matthews product, Zeph Famuina, who slices through. So the Grange, after sharing the trophy with Hallam in 2022, have booked their place in the grand final. Vic Uni unable to defend their crown, having gone oh so close. No conversion necessary. The celebrations can begin. In one of the best Storm Cup games we've seen in some time.